companies do for you guys behind the scenes. You always show some support to your local TOs, stream runners, and everything else. But we're getting into game one here. We're just big fans on the mic talking to you about Smash. We got Mr. E versus Captain Falcon, piloted by Nick C.
There we go, and we'll get those switched up for you very shortly. A series of back airs is going to put Mr. E off stage, but
they just get right into things here.
That's a warning shot from Mr. E saying, okay, you think you can get cute with me? Well, I'll see how you deal with these up airs at a higher percentage.
Better be able to tack on those dolphin slashes, and you know what? That's something he's definitely used to. Just throwing out that gentleman, just trying to back him off, go for stage positioning yet again. As good as Mr. E is on ledge traps, Nick C is also just as solid. He catches people sleeping off guard all the time, trying to get off the ledge, and goes for these down airs. This is what I was talking about before. He's within a window where he wants to try and get the nair, a down air into fair, or potentially get a jump with these nairs.
Going to be dash attack that puts Nick C in disadvantage. Gets back, but for how long? Nick C.
I approve of Nick C rocking the Gahut tag, by the way, because he is another one who's super excited about the fact that Banjo is joining the cast, as well as DragQuest. That is his jump. He has to go low, and Mr. E is going to cover it immediately. Once your resources are expended, he will go out there and catch you right away.
To his credit, he did go low, but I think Mr. E helped him with that quite a bit. And unfortunately,
yeah, it was low that was guided, and you see that Nick C is definitely trying to catch these 2 frames on the Dolphin Slash. Oh, he's going to get the untechable as well. The command grab is going to allow him to get a stock.
Command grab on the up B, and now as Nick C is trying to establish himself on stage, Mr. E, again, it's just how well, in general, the Marcinas control their space. And before it was, we saw a lot of Marth in single play, but now as things, Lucina's was more like a doubles person because you didn't have to worry about spacing so much. What do you, in your opinion, what caused the transition from Marth to Lucina as people
That's an easy one. Marth can't kill. Like the fact that you you don't really have good dancing blades such as that. Even that is harder to land on this. But Lucina has the consistency factor. You never have to worry about trying to guarantee that you have those edge guards or those kills. Marth lost a lot in that department, and they also lost jab to everything. So that was a huge factor after getting buffed in the last game, losing it going into this one.
It's so strange to think about the fact that Martha might just be the worst Fire Emblem character in this game.
Amongst the swordsmen, Martha's definitely lacking, and hopefully we'll see a change down the road.
It just doesn't get as much off a tipper as he used to.
Mr. E not caring too much about tipper ranges or anything, just consistently calling out most of these defensive options and fading back just enough with that forward smash. He's got the stock up, he can dig deep. Nick C trying to back him off, trying to go for an upbeat. I like the idea, but Nick C didn't recognize the fact that Mr. E had already pulled the trigger on the get-up attack.
Mr. E definitely recognizing the strengths of Lucina, has been riding that character into the sunset to many victories at Xenos and various other New York weeklies. However, he's down to his last
Mr. E was
stock.
the one riding into the sunset that time, taking a delivery from a shoulder tackle, but the parry into Dolphin Slash. That's such a good out-of-shield option. We talk about all the Yoshis around here, where you got Lucina as well and Mr. E, and having a Dolphin Slash like that off a parry, or when they just sneeze on your shield, it's a great way to back them off.
So let's take a look at how he wound up taking the first stock, keeping him in that ledge guard situation. And again, I mean, Lucina just so good at that with how much edge guarding is emphasized in this game. I mean, at some points it just turns into Smash 64, where you just you get put into disadvantage and you kind of have to accept your fate.
Yep.
But especially so against Mr. E, with just how good that character can be. And Nick C having to rely on getting those kills in neutral or on those situational awareness plays, like the command grab stage spike as we go to game number 2. I did not see the stage pick, but you'll see along with me Pokemon Stadium 2.
Rocking it on the PS2. I'm pretty not surprised by this at all. This stage works excellent for both players. Also, the big thing that Nick C gets out of this is not only he gets more reads on potential downers, but he gets more room to reset. It's very important when you have somebody who has a good disjoint and is very solid at spacing you out, that you have room to run away. And surprisingly, he's actually just boxing back in with Mr. E as well after having such a short shield. He needs to be very careful, but it's definitely refreshed by now. Mr. E doing a good job of just continuously burying him in the corner, much the same as it was on Battlefield.
And now Nick C trying to keep Mr. E off the stage with every fiber of his being. Very weary of that sword, knows that Mr. E can throw out that disjoint at pretty much any time.
Yeah, just trying to drop down with those single hit nairs so he could potentially confirm into a kill. Caught the jump of Mr. E there. What's the option at the ledge? Just gets behind him with the back throw. I think it was a bit of a DI mix-up as well. I'm not sure if Mr. E was prepared for that. But
that happened with the quickness.
Yeah, he got out there quick, fast, and in a hurry. But Mr. E is also one to try and do the same. Good angle coming in from Nick C there.
Very wary of that nair. Space yourself out and maybe put you into disadvantage in the right position of the stage.
I like the fact that he dug deep. It's like, you know what? Why not? You be explosive. Like, throw somebody off. Because if you let them recover for free every time, then that's just going to be more work you have to do. But Nick C trying to establish off stage, trying to read a spot dodge with the single hit there, but Mr. E not giving it to him.
Tilt will put him off stage once again, sitting at 154%, 64 points worth of extra credit. I know a lot of people cringe at that term, but it really is fitting, especially considering how the matchup can generally go. Nick C, however, trying to say, I mean, you don't. That's why they play the game, man.
Very solid defense coming in from Nick C as well. He's taking the right routes back to stage underneath the sides there. Finally getting anti-air on a call out. He keeps looking for that neutral get up from Mr. E. I mean, not neutral get up, a spot dodge, but he's just not giving it to him. No up smash either. He keeps going for these reads on the platform. He hasn't cashed it out yet. At some point he will. Mr. E needs to respect that.
Right now it's going to be Mr. E that needs to respect a little bit more from Nick C, getting tagged around at 130%.
It's a very scary thing about that. Oh, actually, the gentleman's just going to take it out. We've already seen Mr. E consistently avoid these command grab setups, but at some point, if Mr. E is sleeping at the ledge, up B does kill relatively early. We can see that. We can see Nick C try and go for a shield read at the ledge with an up B.
Catches him on the ledge again. Can't really afford to slip up on your get-ups against Mr. E. He will keep you on that ledge until you lose that stock, whether you like it or not. And sitting at 35%, this is very doable for Mr. E if he can clean this up right here.
It's like I was saying to Hangman earlier, one of the scariest things in this game really is to play against Mr. E on the ledge. And Mr. E actually allowed him to live because he got hit by the Raptor boost. Unfortunately for him, now he has to deal with the fact that Nick C has stage advantage again, but Mr. E was able to back him off.
And again, at 157%, the survivability of Nick C, nothing short of impressive here, Ajax. He's going to be looking for this kill, gets it with the knee to the back, shattering a vertebrae or two, and yeah, the disrespect, an audible gasp from the crowd here at the Paramount. Nick C, absolute savagery on the ledge.
What in the world? So who goes for that type of option there? Captain Falcon players do. He got off and went for a forward air at the ledge when he assumed they had no more invincibility left. You could have just been caught by Mr. E throwing out a jump back air or something, but instead he caught all of that forward air. Yeah, Mr. E definitely wanted to drop down and get out of there quick, and Nick C was not having any bit of that. That was an excellent answer coming in from that first game into game 2.
How do you hit someone so hard they teleport? That's my question to you.
Bro, he hit him so hard, Mr. E actually just aged like 20 years. Like, I don't know how you walk away from that not feeling super stressed and very, very confused. Like, why did I get caught by that? What kind of option is that? But it worked, and now we're going to be seeing game number 3 between these two. This is all best of 3s, only up until top 8. So it's that much more important that they be able to close this out with a dominant victory. They want to ride that momentum after this.
Nick C showing up in a big way as we go to Town and City for game number 3. So Mr. E giving himself a little bit of space to work with, and Nick C, he can't really just afford to sit on the other side of the stage. This shortens up this actually does kind of shorten up the field a little bit for Mr. E, weirdly enough, because Nick C knows that he has to stay within a certain range if he wants his approaches to be anything resembling effective.
Something that's been working really well for Nick C as well is normally Mr. E is the one to do this, but Nick C has been tech chasing and tech reading really well. He's been getting multiple short hop back airs into jabs, but not going to matter because Mr. E is going to clean up that stock.
And sitting at 50% as well. The great players adapt, Ajax, and Mr. E, could he have gotten the download of Nick C that he needed? Mr. E, sword in hand. Gonna have to come big, excuse me, the Falcon kick.
That was amazing. That was such a good call. You know, that's not something you normally expect. Oh, and he reversed the up B
No,
to be able
he
to make
did.
it back, and he gives Mr. E because of it. Now, Mr. E
just lost his stock so fast after losing it to that Falcon kick as well. He needs to answer this immediately. Otherwise, Nixi's going to ride this momentum to victory.
Nixie, I mean, life comes at you fast, but man, that Falcon kick came at you even faster, and then to follow it up, a straight-up 0 to death against one of the best players in all of Tri-State, one of the most celebrated Lucinas.
And after having that down air call, too, he had the right call, and Mr. E had to end up losing his stock because Nixie made him pay for it. That was really great mental awareness on his part. Now, granted, this is in no way, shape, or form over. Mr. E is very good at closing these gaps, and you can see he's refusing to let Nixie land right now. But this is knee percent.
No,
anything near the ledge, and that is it for Mr. E. If he gets caught with one of his knees, he needs to be very careful.
Mr. E is one of those players that is so good at like sneaking his way back into these games. It just seems like his opponent might have all the momentum, but he can grind it to a halt, bring it back, those 10% here and there, those nickel and dime damages. And as you know, Ajax, you have enough nickels and dimes, that'll turn itself into $1.
That's his jump. And he fucking...
A fiery finish from Nick C, burning the stage.
This is what I love about Captain Falcon.